Today we are going to discuss about QA with the DevOps mindset. So in this ever-changing technology world, right? Everything is evolving like time-based time, right? And how QA can also adopt a new mindset or new technology with this changing world. And that is the topic. So before moving forward, I want to give some of my background. So before starting a Context QA, a software test automation platform product, I lead a software development team as well as the software testing teams. And I was a lead DevOps engineer, and I seen the problems at different paces. And I see QA team is the best team that can adopt a new technology and be a facilitator in the organization and provide the true value to the company. And that is why I want to provide this guidance to the QA team so they can leverage this new skill set and also improve their skills and provide value to their business. Okay, so without waiting, let's start. So what is DevOps, right? DevOps has a different meanings. Each company has a different meaning, and it can be anything for different companies. So for example, if you go to one organization and they say for us, DevOps means collaboration. Or if you go to some other company and you ask like, what is DevOps for you? And they may say that for us, it's more about automation. Some is like, okay, we want to convert to the microservice and deploy 100 builds every week. Or some might say we want to do infrastructure code. Or some legacy applications or enterprise company, they says we just want to release feature-based releases, or we want to manage our project in agile fashion. So DevOps can have many definition. It doesn't have only one definition. So then what it takes if we talk about the DevOps principles, right? What is DevOps? So DevOps is the mindset of doing things better in an efficient way, keep customer into the account. So for example, for us like software developers, our customers are the actual users as well as our other team members. For SRE team or DevOps, our customers are the dev team, QA team, and the operations team. So customer is not only the end users, but whoever are using our product, or we need to help them out. So whenever we talk about DevOps, we need to keep in mind who are our customers. In your case, your customer could be your developers' friends or the SRE teams. Why developer friends? Because you need to provide the insights, what is wrong, what is not wrong, right? And why is this the problem? You need to explain them in a better way so they can understand. At the same time, take the ownership. And now you see that this DevOps is not only limited to the QA team or only the DevOps team or only the dev team. It is everyone's responsibility. So everyone takes the ownership of the feature. So QA team takes care of the quality piece. So they shouldn't be only taking ownership of only the UI specific testing or accessibility specific testing or performance specific testing. They should take ownership of all kind of testing practice. And I will show you how it is possible. Same for continuous improvement. So when from the day one, you will not have everything. You will not have all the requirements there. You will not have the documentation there. You might not have the automation there. But day by day, you will be building something that is something you can reuse and build upon. So that is called the continuous improvement. Obviously, you need to automate once you know that this is the repeated task and becoming boring for you and you are not able to spend time other way. And based on the analysis, you can automate at that point. Very important aspects of the DevOps is communication and collaboration. So how effectively you communicate with your developer friends or the support teams is very, very important. And how do you collaborate? There shouldn't be walls or silos in these teams. And that is the main thing about the DevOps. DevOps is removing those silos and bringing all the team members closer, like how this feature should work, how to test it, how to develop it, how to release it. Everyone should be on the same page. And we should also focus on the results. Means you should have the numbers at the end of the day where you can measure it. For example, what is your test coverage look like? What is the health of your features? How many releases are you making? What is the production bugs? What is the QA specific bugs? What is the performance? So those are the metrics that you need to keep in front of you so you can measure it again and again. So this is all the DevOps. Again, this is the process. This is the mindset. It is not a one-day process. It is a continuous improvement process. So it takes time, but you also need to adapt that mindset. That is very important over here. Moving forward, so when we talk in the software development process, what is the DevOps cycle look like? So this is the DevOps cycle look like. So first, everyone there is a code that develops after the requirements gathering, right? And then they build it, right? And then you need to test it out. Then you release it and you deploy it on the different infrastructure. You make sure it is operating properly, and you monitor, right? Like logging, performance, and all. So this is the full DevOps cycle where different team members are involved. So why DevOps was needed? Because one team was not talking to another team. Means dev team was not speaking with QA team, or QA team wasn't speaking with support team, or other team members are not collaborating with each other. So what it created a confusion, bigger walls. So one feature to get released to the production took a longer time than expected. And that is what DevOps process is trying to solve over here, is automating whatever it can, but also bringing all the stakeholders on the common platform so all can collaborate. We will discuss more in a next slide. Okay, so why QA needs to adopt DevOps, right? Because QA was left behind. So why QA needs to adopt DevOps? This is a very important question, because developers adopted microservices and other CI/CD pipeline and all other processes, so they are good. Operations team also using Ansible and Terraform and AWS, so they are also adopting the DevOps processes. But why QA team left behind, right? And why they need to be in sync? The main problem is, so first, right, QA is very important. So it is not something that anyone can avoid. Quality product is very, very important, and QA team members' role is very, very important in entire process. Same as dev, same as the operation team. So they are not lower in the rank. They are equally important. And if you see, it is the center point of the quality, because you are making sure the quality of the product which user is going to use. So it is very important for the company to invest in QA, in the continuous testing process, so you deliver the quality product. So it is not about the quantity, right? It is about the quality. You do not need to ship 10 builds and all are buggy. You need to ship 3 builds, but which are the solid. And that's where QA is important. But why QA left behind? Because QA is still using the old processes and principles. Teams haven't evolved based on the a requirements gathering, using the automation tools and more, and they are always into lower resources side, right? Where multiple 10 developers versus 4 testers only, or 3 testers only, and then always manual testing takes precedence over the automation. It is taking time to automate things, as well as they are not getting the proper infrastructure or proper enough time to develop those test cases. So there are 1,000 reasons why QA team wasn't able to push through the DevOps and getting involved with the DevOps. But here we are going to discuss how it is possible. Okay. So one important aspect, what QA team can do to be a part of the DevOps or adopt the DevOps mindset, right? So one important aspect over here is QA team needs to add context. So what do I mean by context? So context is a more information, right? So whenever you are creating bug, whenever you are talking with your product team about the requirement, whenever you are talking with the developer team, you should have a more evidence to justify your need or tell the story. You should have the numbers. Now, from where to get all these numbers, right? Or what are the information you need to provide? So for example, when you speak with the requirement team or product team, your test cases should be aligned with the requirements. And it is not a one-day process, or it is not in the beginning of the project, but continuously, because features are getting evolved every day, and you need to make sure your test cases are aligned with requirements again and again. Same for the automation. You need to continuously create the automation so you can save lots of time back, and you can focus on other parts of the testing as well as learning or keeping yourself skilled. Okay. You should also provide some more information to developers so they can save their time, and you have the evidence that what is failing and why it is failing. They will analyze it. You will not make the decision, but it is something, if you provide to them, it will really help developer to expedite the resolving or finding issue or reproducing issue and solving in the first place. So what are the context information you can provide, right? You can provide continuous recording and screenshots, which you might be already doing. You can also provide network trace. You can also provide network errors and console logs. So if you combine all these things together, means you are saying, this is the test case for this requirement. This is the automation. And when I run this automation, I had this recording and this screenshot. And then when I run it, it had this network trace for entire test case. And this is a step-by-step network errors I am getting. And this is the console log I am getting. If you provide this information, then it is very obvious for dev team to understand the issue very quickly without jumping on the calls again and again and trying to reproduce this issue. And I will show you what are the efficient ways. Moving forward, so like you might have the question, because we talk about like 10 different things over here, and you have the limited time of 40 hours in a week where you need to attend meetings, talk to the developers and all other things. And how could you find this much time to do this many things in a week? So like you might have a question, how is it possible? Will it take forever? And do I need to wait forever to do the automation, scale, performance, different types of testing? And it is challenging if you are trying to reinvent the wheel and you trying to do by yourself, because programming is difficult in terms of not only just writing script, but managing entire application. When you talk about the automation and doing all these things efficiently, it is a full-time job or 2 years of project to develop such a project to continuously reproduce these things, and you still need to maintain those as well. To simplify these things with context QA, it is possible, and I will show you how. Okay, so let me show my screen. So you can go to like contextqa.com, where you can click on free trial, and you can yeah, sorry about that. So you can go to the like a free trial, and it will bring you to the context QA screen, as well as we have a documentation and Chrome extension links, which you can use it. So I will show you how to use it. So our Chrome extension looks like this. So once you click on the recording button, it will record all your steps and write into the plain English for you. So you do not need to automate, or you do not need to write any code. So this is a low code, no code platform. So once you go through like a record and go through any website, it will write in the plain English for you. Once you go inside, and once you need to edit, you just edit whatever the name label you want to edit and click save, and it will save it for you. So not only creating or recording the test case is easy, but editing and modifying is very easy. Along with this, you can also add assertion statements like this one. You can add any statements you want to assert and verify that this URL is correct or not, the value is correct or not. You can do it very easily. Once you do it, the test case will show up over here, and it will provide you this kind of view. So let me enlarge it. Over here, you will have all the screenshot of each step automatically captured for you. So you do not need to take one by one capture of all the steps. It will do it for you. Once you do it, all the steps, you go to the run history and click on the run button or run. So it will provide you the recording of the each execution if you see here. So you do not need to record by yourself. It will automatically do it for you. Once you do it, this link is already provided to you, which will bring the like a trace for you. So you can go to the each step and see what is exactly happening. You can pass the same URL to your developer so they can understand what is the issue and why it is failing. On top of that, once it is executed, it finds out what is the visual changes it had, right? And it finds out, oh, okay, the color is changed or some other information is changed. So whatever the visual inspection you are doing, it will be your big brother to support you over here and figure it out what is being changed and what is not changed. Okay. So sometimes color change, sometimes text change, but it highlights for you. So it reduces your work. Once it do it, it also provides you the like network logs. What are the requests it is making? What are the errors you are getting? And all the information will be here for you. So it is very obvious for you to understand the root cause and errors. And it will provide the like not only the network logs, but console logs as well. So once you provide all this information to your developer friend, it is very obvious for them to understand the issue and fix it as soon as possible. Now, what you are getting back, right? You are getting back tons of time to focus on different things. Different things is understand the product better, do more exploratory testing, and come up with more use cases. Or you can focus on learning new things such as performance testing, accessibility testing, and other kind of testing as well. So now let's go back to the why all these things is connected to the DevOps, right? And what value you are providing. And obviously, I forgot to mention over here. There is a you can analyze the error also using the generative AI, and it will provide you the like all the summary of all the network logs and console logs. So this is this feature is in the beta, but you can explore it. So let's go back to our presentation now. So what value we are bringing over here? So as a QA team member, your organization should be seeing you as a providing a value. And now using such tool, what you are doing, right? You are able to automate 50 or 100 test cases in a week without writing any code. So no one needs to maintain code, or you do not need to come up with those excuses about not finding time, because writing a script and maintaining script takes time. But with this one, you do not need to spend that much time. Now you are providing much more information than developer is asking, such as logs, traces, recording, right? Screenshots and all the information. So you are helping and saving developers time by providing this information and testing for them. So by doing that, you are saving company's time, and that's where your managers or VP of engineering or CTO sees the value over here. On top of that, all the test cases that you create with the context here, you can run into the multiple environments with the same test case, because it has a parameterized test cases and data-driven testing. So the value you are providing over here is shift left approach. Now everyone talks about the shift left, but over here you are actually doing shift left because you automated earlier in the process. Now you can hand over this to developers as well. So whenever they are pushing their code in from dev environment to the QA, they can also validate the same test cases for you. Same for the collaboration, right? How it can help to the project team, because now non-technical team members, either from the product side or non-programmers team members, can also contribute to, because it doesn't require any coding skills. And also it provides the feedbacks faster. And that is the very important principle of the DevOps, is the collaboration and agile. So collaboration, you are able to include more team members to support you in the automation journey, but at the same time, it provides the feedback faster. And when you provide the feedback faster, your dev team comes to know that what is the issue, why is the issue, and they can fix it. Or if something is wrong, you can also adjust your test case with very easy changes. So it is a true agile based on the feedbacks. One important aspects over here is visibility. Now, whatever the work you are trying to do, how can you communicate with your leaders, how you can communicate with other developers, right? You need to provide continuous information. To support that, we created a Jira application. So this Jira application will provide you all the information. So with context you can push all your changes, like create a bug specifically to the Jira from the portal itself. And also it provides this kind of summary to your managers. So it provides what is the test coverage look like, what is the last execution, what is the performance score, and also it connects with the requirements for you. It also provides all the test coverage for given like login feature over here, and all the test steps. So whoever is fixing the bug, they know how to reproduce this issue for you. So, and also it provides all the history. So the visibility of your work is completely transparent now, that your leaders is able to notice what you are trying to do, and how you can provide more value. Now, this information can be attached to any test management tool, similar to the like a QA Touch, which is a which provides wonderful test management platform. So it can also integrate with the QA Touch or other like Asana, Monday.com. So whichever the test management tool you are using, we can integrate it, because we provide the CI/CD solution as well as the webhook integration. So you can integrate it. But the goal over here is how QA can be more efficient using these DevOps principles, and also provide value to the company by automating as much as possible. And at the same time, their work should be noticed by the team members when they continuously perform and provide such metrics to the company, that this much automation is done for all these features. This is the percentage score look like, this is the health. And continuously, if you provide this visibility, then your company will not see you as a cost centric, and you are the quality or the value providing team, and they will evaluate your value much higher, and you will also have a higher opportunity to grow within the organization, because you are looking at the different aspects of the quality and the product. Because you are looking at the quality product, you are taking care of the customer experience or user experience, and which helps to company to generate more revenue. So if you connect the dots, by adopting DevOps principle and improving the quality, can help your organization to generate more revenue or more customer satisfaction, and that will add value to your resume as well. And also it provides all the traceability metrics as well. So as we discuss, everyone, we talked over what is DevOps. So I just provide a quick summary. So we talked about what is DevOps. So DevOps doesn't has a common or single definition. It can be anything, and company can adopt at any stage, and they start from zero level and they can excel in this domain. And DevOps is a principle. So you need to provide collaboration, you need to do the automation, you need to provide a customer satisfaction, but you need to combine all together and make sure you deliver the quality product. And these are the different phases of the DevOps cycle. And why DevOps is important for the QA team, because QA is in the center of entire DevOps process, or it is the quality gatekeeper. So it is very important for QA to adopt DevOps skills. And how to adopt it? By providing a more context in terms of the automation, recording, network trace, and more information to the developers, as well as aligning better with your product team or the requirement team, and be the bridge between them. And it will not take forever using a context QA, because with context QA, you can have all these things with the click and single click. You can automate many things for you. You can provide much more value to your team members. It doesn't have that learning curve that requires for the programming teams. And also your goal should be first is how to taste the product. So understanding the product, what your user wants, understanding the user's requirement, your company's value, and use your time towards that. And you can also learn programming if you want on site, but you shouldn't mix both together. Trying to learn programming with the automation, because it takes time. So using context here, you can automate many things, as well as you can also create a visibility for the work you are doing. So everyone notices what QA team is doing and what value they are providing. And it will help you to grow within the organization. So thank you very much.